you were stopped. You were told to not go pursue that, and then when you said you were going to press on anyway, the bandits attacked. In the midst of that attack, a dire wolf and several smaller wolves happened upon you, and you fought them off.
All right, I'm supposed to roll it.
We looted everybody at the end of last session too, so like we're literally ready to move on from this map.
Yes. So you were most of the way toward the Zarapool encampment. Pulling up. There it is. Okay. You come back to the crossroads. Here. Hang on. Near this waterfall, you come back to these crossroads. God damn, I opened a lot of windows. Stop. Get out of there. You pass through this gate and you continue heading south. You crossed over the bridge over the river near these waterfalls. You continued down the mountainside. And you made your way back through the woods, continuing to move along the path until you reach these crossroads. If you recall, the crossroads told there's a sign here that told you continuing along the upper path, the higher path to the to the southwest, would eventually curl back north and lead you to Vallaki. That was the path you took to Vallaki. The crossroads also has a path leading to the northwest, dipping down into the river valley below. This is the path to the Zarapool encampment that you were told to follow. The road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are the evidence of comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There is a clearing here, next to a river that widens to form a small lake, several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched around a ring of 4-barrel topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around the bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge.
Is that this thing on the map?
Yes.
Darkness.
My old friend.
I'm going to put the group token on here.
Oh God, it's dark. It's finally happening. Oh dear God, just take me already. I see the light.
Oh, fuck. What is this? What is this?
They kind of like
Can y'all see?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an
The
Indian
circle of
powwow.
the circle of tents and the 8 unbridled horses.
Well,
Hang on. This should have daylight mode on. Not
Yeah, global illumination, I think the toggle is.
Yeah. I'm just going to turn dynamic lighting off on this map. I don't see the need for it.
Yeah, I turned it off a lot for stuff like this. Good in dungeons, but otherwise I don't think so.
So can y'all see the entire map now?
yes.
Okay.
Also, fuck that setting. I hate it.
So this is the road in which you've from which you've approached. You can see that there are 12 Vistani sitting and drinking around a fire. Um, uh, one notices you guys as you kind of enter and says, "Oh, hey, travelers! Hey, come over here."
No,
Uh,
no.
right.
Yeah, we're here to find the guys. We're here to find the
Madam.
we saw her.
Madam Eva.
Yeah,
Madam
Oh,
Diva.
oh, Madam Eva. Well, she's taking her dinner right now, but you can feel free to come over by the fire and wait for her if you wouldn't mind.
Certainly. Can you
Sure.
point out which specific tent might be his?
He points you to the tent up this way.
Back.
So what are we going to want to sidle up by the fire? Boys, would you like to go join these wild Vistoni for some drink and merriment?
I'd rather not.
I seem happy enough.
Listen, you guys can sit and drink at the campfire. I'm gonna go to the tent, and I'm gonna go sit outside the tent.
Okay.
We wait for her to finish whatever. I'm not having any of this merriment bullshit with these people that could kill me.
And Bahamut sounds like a dick god, huh?
He does. He's also one that wants to live.
So you settle down by the fire, all except Augie, who wanders past and takes up a post near the larger tent. Um, uh, as you settle down by the fire, one of the Vasani, the one closest to the fire, a tall man with a broad chest and shoulders, uh, holding a lute, says, "Would you like to hear a story?"
Yes, I love story squaw.
I think this would entertain you. And he strums his lute once. It's not a musical story, but he strums his lute once to kind of establish mood. And it's twilight at the moment. Not that changes much in terms of Barovian Barovian. Well, no, it wouldn't be twilight. It'd be mid afternoon, given how small Barovia is. Yeah, no, it's mid afternoon. It's a gloomy day, and the fire is about the brightest color you've seen since you arrived here, next to the Vistani cloaks and cloth that they wear around, almost uniformly athletic and very capable shoulders. And so, as you are seated by the fire, this guy strums the lute, um, and then says, "A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like he was yesterday. It was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's present army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for the wizard's body to see if, he had anything of value, but the river Ivlis had already spirited him away.
That's not a very fun fucking story.
Yeah, not very entertaining. I mean,
So
interesting.
So, you're new here, aren't you?
Yes.
Relatively.
And you're here to see Madame Eva, right?
Sadly, yes.
I like to tell new people who are here to see Madame Eva what they're getting into, what they'll be up against.
Strahd, I'm assuming we're gonna be up against
Yeah.
Strahd. We've already been told that. Look, this bloke and I, we just need to have a bit of a sit down. If he can get me out of here, he's the one I need to talk to.
The Vistani smiles at you. The Vistana smiles at you, strums his lute again, and says, "Oh, he'll talk. Talk your ear off."
I don't mind a fine bit of conversation.
Sounds
Tell
nicer than the
me,
spells and the magic and falling to your death.
are you native to Barovia?
What, us? No, no, none of us. But we come and go as we please.
Where are
Some
you
of us come
from?
and go as we please. Me?
Yeah.
I'm from the Sword Coast myself.
Ah,
Joined up with a roving band of Vistana somewhere along Baldur's Gate. Stuck with it.
And are you one of the ones allowed to come and go as you please?
Hmm.
Aye. Vistani generally are. Favored by Strahd, or so we're told. Couldn't tell you why. Madame Eva might know.
Right.
Speaking of, I think she's about done with her dinner. You may want to head over to the tent.
Come on then, lads. Let's get this done.
The group joins Augie near the tent, just as Madame Eva emerges.
You're right, Augie. The story sucks.
I told you. You don't want to mix with their kind. They don't want to listen to me and my Bahamut, so.
What, have you already tried to convert some Vistani?
They
Not
didn't
had much
listen.
success.
They didn't listen last time. They wanted to pull out their swords and kill me. You think this is gonna be any different?
Makes sense, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Did you
hang on.
zoom her face? Jesus.
What's her face?
Yeah.
What the fuck? This is not what I
Magic
expected when
flame.
I heard Adam.
Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of her tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last you have arrived. Crackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. Augie, Burden Cask, to not. What brings you to my tent?
Sounds like you may have been expecting us. I ask inquisitively.
I saw your arrival foretold in the stars. Not the stars proper, of course. This, my own personal night sky here. And she gestures at the crystal ball on the table. Come in, have a seat. We have much to discuss.
I'm microwaving food right now, so just autopilot me.
Pray tell, madam, if you expected our arrival. Certainly you must know why we're here.
There's only one reason adventurers come to see me. Someone out there told you that I might help you get out of Barovia, that I would provide information that you could use to escape.
Yep, that's what we heard, Squaw.
I've got good news and I've got bad news. Which would you prefer to hear first?
Give me the bad news first.
You'll be fighting Strahd to leave, I think. He's not one to let go of his playthings easily.
You think? So is it a coin flip? Is it a 50-50 chance?
Strahd himself is unpredictable. He has whims his whims come and go as they please. You are also unpredictable. New elements introduced, new pieces introduced to the game.
Do you really?
I'd like to perform a reading for you. That's the good news. I can tell you how to find the things you'll need to weaken.
Cool.
What?
Super high.
What sort of a reading is this?
Have you ever heard of a Taroka deck?
I rifle through my bag, pull out tarot cards, playing cards, God knows what kind, million variations. No. What kind of deck was that? Tarot?
This better not be
Taroka.
a deck of many things. Sorry.
They are a way of interpreting the threads of fate, understanding the complex language of the writing of the gods. They reveal the future.
Like tarot cards, but better.
Indeed.
Hopefully less ambiguous as well.
Darling, I make my own future. But sure, humor me.
All right. She pulls out two decks of cards. One has a complex pattern on the back of it, uh, red and gold, um, stripes and lashes and sweeping colors that are difficult to look at for too long. Some of the cards, which she shuffles and places separate from this first deck, have crowns on the back of them.
I mean, can I make some kind of wisdom check to try and understand the source of these cards? What are these
Sure.
things? What do you want? History, investigation,
Uh,
arcana.
Arcana.
Wait a minute.
You've heard of Taroka cards. Fortune telling is a spotty practice at best, and typically requires some kind of divination wizard to be of any real use. But Madame Eva seems supremely confident in her abilities.
Much like the tarot cards I had before. Just parlor tricks. But go on. What do they say?
She begins shuffling the deck of cards without the crowns on the back, the common deck, as she refers to them.
No. Can see it.
She shuffles them. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will that. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy.
Did you draw it, or am I
Uh,
frozen?
Ignore that. Ignore the cards over your. Hang on.
Did you
Recall.
like deal?
Yeah, I dealt one to everybody.
Deal no deal.
Hit me.
Yeah, hit me. Well, only he got hit.
Can y'all see that?
I can see you
No.
get
I
hit.
mean, we see that you got a 1 above you. Click it. Kinda see it. It's tiny. It says steal card. I don't think I want to do that.
No. Here, I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to deal these to Burnden. And I'm going to have Burnden read off the card. Make sense?
Sure. Whatever you want to do.
What do your gods say, Madam Eva? What does this magic come from, actually? What is the power of the Taroka cards?
Fate weaves itself into the deck as I shuffle. Future foretold in the way the cards fall. Luck and fortune and fate all shuffled together. I'm going to deal one card to Burnden. If you'll click your card and then click the smaller card, you can tell me what the card is.
It's an image of a knight, stride a horse, horned helmet, battle axe in his hand. It's the warrior.
All right. The warrior. That which you see. Can someone take these down as notes, please?
Oh, I'm on.
I'll post this in the chat so that you can copy paste it into your notes exactly as it is in the.
Well, that sounds nice.
That which you seek lies in the womb of darkness, the devil's lair, the one place to which he must return. I'm going to deal a card to Augie. I want you to tell me what it is.
What? I don't believe in this hoodoo magic. I sure do wish I could read this shit.
Look, it goes bigger.
Oh. Easy clap. It's a rogue. It's kind of funny.
It's a rogue.
Rogue. Rogue.
Okay.
As in the bottom.
This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. I see a nest of ravens. There you will find the prize.
Master coins.
And then the third card. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. And I'm going to deal a card to Ku. If you'll tell me what that is, please.
Elementalist. There's a lady who looks like her
Elementalist.
fingers are melting into lightning. It's pretty cool.
The treasure is hidden in a small castle beneath a mountain, guarded by amber giants.
Madam Eva, appreciate it and all, but you must understand, it sounds like a bunch of babbling nonsense to us. Can you interpret these in any way? Can you point us in any direction? We were told you could help.
I am helping. Perhaps not as clearly as I'd like. The mists of Barovia make this a murky business indeed.
Right.
We
And
must explore this place. You will find the areas you seek, and with these clues you will know when you have stared upon the location of the treasures. There are 2 more cards to draw, and she fetches the high deck.
Is she gonna bridge?
house.
Apotham, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
I'm going to deal you a card.
Is that what this thing is here? Do I click the draw button?
Nope.
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to deal it to you, and I want you to tell me what it is.
There's gonna be a card that pops over your name. You can click it when he gives
Ah,
it to you.
the marionette.
Marionette. That's the high deck. Shit, okay.
Don't you dare cackle at our misfortune.
You said marionette. Is it Jack of Hearts?
I can't
Wait,
tell.
no, I'm sorry. Ignore that. No. I'm getting my reading mixed up.
Yeah, it doesn't have that kind of card labeling to it. It just says marionette and has a creepy fucking thing on it.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That's actually kind of a cool card.
Yeah, they're all pretty cool, honestly. Art is awesome.
Look for a man of. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. Look for a man of music, a man with 2 heads. He lives in a place of great hunger and sorrow. She deals the last card to herself.
It's not a very nice looking card.
Beast. The beast sits on his dark throne. Your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. He sits on his dark throne.
I did not mean to do that. Um. Oops.
That's okay.
There, have it back.
She retrieves all of her cards and puts them away.
Can I try and sleight of hand and pocket mine? Maybe
Sure,
switch
it's
it
going to
for
be
a normal card.
it's going to be a very high check. So,
I'm very fucking sneaky.
all right, give it a shot.
Sneaky.
Fuck! You
Sneaky.
absolutely steal your card. Which card did you have?
I had to warrior.
All right.
I just swap it for like a 5 of diamonds. Straight out of one of the decks I had in my pockets.
Okay, add the warrior card to your inventory.
That's funny. You swap it like with a different regular ass card.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to ask you to take that card out of your inventory, Plebego.
I'm sorry, come again. Asked me to take it out of my inventory?
I was messing with you, Brian. Can't play the card game now because you don't have a 5 of diamonds.
Yeah, solitaire is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's alright, boys. I've got plenty more. One for each of us.
Obviously, not having this conversation in front of her.
Ches, to clarify, you seem to kind of give all the cards a different meaning-y thing. Or were the first two both like history cards?
What do you mean?
So I don't know, kind of like you mentioned before, a lot of the cards, certain things about kind of what they mean. At the beginning, you said that okay, these cards are history cards. The knowledge of the ancient will help us better understand the enemy. And then we drew like the warrior, and he told us about how we seek something in a womb of darkness, devil's lair. And then we got like rogue. You mentioned nest of ravens. There you'll find the prize. And then from there, you kind of like, so those two kind of seem to me to fall under the knowledge of the ancient kind of category. Is that correct?
Those are both items. Those are locations for items.
Okay. Then you mentioned like a card of power and strength. You mentioned treasure hidden.
The first three cards represent treasures that you will likely need in order to beat Strahd.
Okay, understood. Okay, that makes sense. I thought that they kind of all fit under different categories, so that makes sense. And then the last one you mentioned someone who will help us greatly. The second to last, and then the last one was the beast.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. So yeah, I got all the notes collated and sorted. Ku personally is a little unsure though about this. Like, I'm pretty incredulous, and I want to ask her about like, so you just drew a bunch of cards, and that's apparently what we're supposed to do now? Do you do this for everybody?
I have aided many adventurers in their attempts to defeat Strahd.
Everyone's reading's different though, right?
Aye. The treasures travel. Adventurers lose them in different places. Strahd moves them around when he finds them, forgets them.
My bird brain is still pretty confused, but relatively satisfied with that response.
You look like you've been a woman around for a good long time now, right? Needless to say. Do you have any understanding of the nature of Barovia, or perhaps Strahd and his influence? How did we come to fall into this realm?
Someone, somewhere, known to Strahd, told him of you. Each of you were brought here from beyond the mists. Strahd, the ever-present lord of this demiplane, lord of Barovia, reached those mists out beyond their borders, surrounded you, clouded you, brought you here. You will not leave except through him. And he does not go to the effort of bringing in new playthings unless he intends to play with them.
And what bloody qualifies me as a plaything for him? Is there anything you notice a common string among these adventuring groups you see?
No, simply exceptional people who may prove a challenge.
Well, fuck.
You're quite
Or
the talker, Mr. Karsk. You sell trinkets and treasures, bottled up and delivered, that work for none but the most believing of hearts.
and I'll tuck my finger under my collar and kind of pull it loose. Says you, madam, but I can assure you I've got plenty of satisfied customers. Cities all across the realm.
Sure you do. You, Ku, chased by something you don't understand, given over to desperate measures to escape it, even if it means pulling the weave around yourself like a cloak.
I'm gonna just like freeze in place and kind of lean in closer to her. Squawk. How'd you know about that?
I know much about each of you. I know that your friend, not a Potham over there, he is in service of a god he has forgotten.
You know?
Name only, perhaps, but service still. But if you serve a god in name only, and you do not remember their name, do you still serve that god?
It's a good question.
And
What
you,
god do I serve? Do you know?
I do not.
Ah,
And you, Augie, worshipper of dragons,
Hmm.
your past is the most clouded still. I can't parse you. I can't see you out yet. But you have a role to play here. And if you want to continue spreading the word of Bahamut to others, as your heart so fervently desires, you will find these treasures and you will defeat Strahd. That
I don't
goes
like
for
you.
all of you.
I don't like you. And proceeds to leave the tent.
She simply smiles peacefully. Uh, I'm sorry, placidly is the word I was looking for. She smiles placidly as Augie exits the tent.
Excuse our friend. His religion prevents him from enjoying things.
It does not prevent him from enjoying religion, it seems.
All right, well, madam, once again, I ask you, you must have traveled these lands for a great many years. Nothing you can tell us. A nest of ravens, where do they most frequent in this entire land?
She thinks for a moment and says, I think I can give you one clue. Speak. She places her hand on the crystal ball and sort of leans back, looking away from you. Speak. Speak with the owner of the Blue Water Inn in Valaki. He will lead you to your goal.
Well, fuck us. We
Yeah,
just
we just came from
marched.
there. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too far. It's not too far.
No. Well, thanks a lot, ma'am, for your brilliant insights.
Actually, before we go, can I ask her about how we ran into the other Vistani who didn't like her and attacked us for coming here? Does she know that there's people like that out there?
There's those that believe Strahd is good for us and damn the rest.
What makes you fight Strahd? Squawk.
Have you been to Barovia, the village?
Yeah, we came in on the way through.
What did you see?
It was a pretty sad place.
And what of Valaki? Did you find cheer there? Hope?
I know. It was very much the same, yeah. Everywhere we've been has been pretty gloomy. Even here, we had a bard outside tell us that the gloomiest story.
Aye. What you'll find in Barovia is a man with his hand around all of our throats. A broken man who has decided that his pain must be shared by everyone. A man whose boredom means terror for all else. In the face of such selfishness, such evil, I cannot stand idly by. And for reasons that I cannot share with you, I cannot assault his keep directly. I need the help of adventurers.
You sound like you have some kind of knowledge. What do you know of Strahd? What makes this bloke any worse than any other tyrant?
He is the land. He commands the skies, the mists, huge legions of undead, wolves, gargoyles, ghosts, all manner of monsters bend their will to his whim. This pallor, this gloom that rests over everything, It is his doing so that he may walk in the daylight.
You mentioned his pain that he had to share with everybody else. What is this pain? Where does it originate from?
No one knows for sure what broke Strahd's heart. There are theories. Was it a woman? Was it ennui? Was it sheer bloody-minded anger? Whatever it was, when combined with the immortality granted him by his affliction, it has fermented and festered into a sort of idle hatred for everything in the world. He is worse than angry. He is dismissive. He is absent-mindedly destroying everything around him because he's bored. You ask me why I fight, why I enlist others in my attempts to dethrone Strahd, and I tell you, it is for the salvation of this land and its people. None should have to suffer because one man fell so far.
This one man right here should not have to suffer because that one man fell so damn far. You say we'll have to confront this bloke.
Aye.
Have you ever sent out a successful adventuring party to confront this man?
No. Do you want to know why?
Probably fucking not. But go on.
They grow brave, and in their bravery they grow strong, and in their strength they grow overconfident. They don't listen. You need all three treasures to defeat Strahd. You will need the support of not only your fated companion, but others still. Castle Ravenloft is a nest of horrors. You will need to venture there more than once to suss out its depths, reveal its secrets, and find what gives Strahd such durability. I've seen the man consumed by flame and stand right back up again, the flesh regrowing upon his very bones.
Lovely.
No.
Well, certainly, we appreciate all the information. Is there any actual material support you can offer us? And Burndon thinks to himself, man, I would like to try and hit up all those Vistanis gathered around the campfire. But I'll bet they don't have two two gold to rub between them.
Yeah, I'm hoping for like a bag of seeds.
There's not much I can provide for you in terms of material wealth.
Well, so be it then.
What about rations? Nothing. Anything. Seems like we'll have a long journey ahead.
How long do you think I've operated in Barovia? You mention frequently my age. Do you think one grows old in the land of Strahd by being obvious with one's assistance?
I, I didn't mean no offense, Mum. Excuse me if I came off wrong. I'm sure you're wizened. Perhaps even beyond your years. Right. She's given us our course, gentlemen. It's time for a half a day's hike back at way. And see if we can't speak to the gentleman at that inn.
Yeah, it sounds good. I keep thinking about that windmill. Maybe they're crushing seeds into flour. Maybe we should check it out.
It might not be a good idea, or I mean, it might not be a bad idea, excuse me, to try and seek shelter there. It might be coming up on night time, but around when we're crossing that area.
Well, if any place has any provisions or flour, it would be there. But yeah, it
So
sounds
we're
good.
gonna
So,
pack up, yeah. We're gonna head out, boys.
yeah, Ches, is it like nighttime or is it like there's still plenty of day left?
And there's still plenty of day left.
Yeah, I would say start hiking back.
Okay.
Stop off at that windmill while you're transitioning. I'm gonna go grab a cigarette. Hold on.
You can actually take the footpath back up to the bridge near Sayre Falls.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like close. Can we see that away? Like we don't know what that is. It just does it like looks like a castle over the hills or something?
In the distance looms what appears to be a castle, yes.
Okay.
What direction is this castle?
East.
Ping me, baby, one more time. Like pull pin. Pull ping.
Ches has
Focus
to do it.
ping. Thank you. Right, we didn't say nothing about adventuring to that spooky fucking castle right this very second.
No, not at all. Just looking. One of the clues said something about a castle, but it was underground, I think.
Castle beneath a mountain. Find me a big hill, bird boy, and we'll be talking. What about that fucking last one? The beast sits on his throne. What in the fuck is that supposed to mean? Just that he's waiting for us?
Well, yeah, it sounds like he's just waiting for us sitting on his throne. So, I mean, if we ever find out where his castle is, I think we might know where he is. Maybe that castle we saw is it, but I don't know. This fucked up place. Who knows how many castles there are? Maybe Strahd's made a bunch that he hides out in, like fake castles.
I think back on a couple sessions ago, and I don't know, Ches might be able to veto this or not, but I think a couple sessions ago we got the girl from Barovia to tell us that that was his castle, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, they keep saying the beast. I think we know who the beast is. It's not like a dog.
So there's too many fucking dogs here too. There's stuffed ones and there's live ones. At least back home, we just got to worry about the live ones.
So now we're like closer to the windmill. Like, what is it? Could you give us a closer description of it again?
Absolutely. The old Swalloch Road transitions here from being a winding path through the Balinock Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake, its waters dark and still. A branch of the road leads west to a promontory, atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare.
What time would you say it is?
5 p.m.
Let's head on in then, boys.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll make it to town before dark.
The onion-domed edifice leans forward and to one side, as though trying to turn away from the stormy gray sky. You see gray brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors. A decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading to the building's interior. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven. It hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated.
Yo, guys, I would like to squawk back at the raven. With, like, the question mark squawk.
Roll me an insight check.
I know Aarakocra, which I think is like all bird language, pretty much. Insight. Bird squawk.
Roll me this with advantage. This raven is trying to warn you of something. It's not intelligent enough for proper speech. It's all just simple communications, but this is a warning squawk.
Like, watch out, everyone. Something's around. Warning.
I'd like to notice Ku's speech to to the raven and try and squawk back at it. Where is your nest? Where do you come from?
Don't ask about his nest, he'll get defensive.
The raven, seeing that you are trying to talk back to it, does its best to instead leap from or it doesn't do its best. It leaps from the wooden beam above the door and wheels away into the sky, heading towards Valaki.
I like to mutter under my breath, stupid fucking bears.
Well, not all of us are that stupid. I mean, he was being a bro, honestly. It's just that you gotta understand he's not like me. He can't ask him where he lives. It's not. I don't really understand stuff like.
I'll try and keep it in mind the next time a pigeon and I have to have a heart to heart.
Well, pigeons, it's a little different. But yeah,
Really?
either way, that bird didn't want us to go here, so maybe we should carefully approach.
We will carefully approach.
Okay. One thing I hate about this page menu is that I can't scroll with the player tab, so I don't want to like accidentally put you guys on a page you're not supposed to see yet. So I have to move everything over.
Oh yeah, you gotta drag the map up closer to the player thing, maybe.
Yep.
Everything is black anyway.
I mean that's Strahd, so nothing out of the ordinary. Chaz, is there a way you could hide the decks? I can still see the decks over there. That's a cool looking window. I like the I don't know, the architecture of the pointy top of it.
The top looks like a face.
I mean like the onion thing.
Yeah, like this is an eye, and this is
Oh,
an
I was
eye.
looking at a totally different outfit. Like my face was like here, you know?
Oh, okay.
But I see your face. You meant like the cute,
Had the cute
little,
onion
yeah, like yeah, the
face.
cute onion face. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like waving too with his like
Mhm.
windmill arm. Super cute.
Mhm. Mhm. It's so cute it could kill us.
Bless you.
Okay, so it's pretty clear. We like spot anything around? Like, is there any tall grasses for predators? I'm thinking like a bird now. You know. The windmill's not spinning, right? It's stuck. I think this is like my chance, Chez.
Okay.
Particularly that I saw the bird squawking and stuff. I'm on like bird high alert, and I want to use my Aarakocra flight. I want to try to fly up and get kind of a vantage point, mostly, just because, like, you know, looking at this map, it looks like mostly flat ground. But I want to get up, you know, maybe 20 feet, like, look around, kind of just the plains and make sure there's no, like, particularly, like, cats, you know, or anything like that, like predator animals, like, approach. And if I don't spot anything immediately, I want to go check out the window, the lower window.
Okay. Um, Along the edge of the hill where it gets close to the forest, there are several ancient looking, huge stones lunging up out of the earth. There's four of them.
Okay, so, like, the woods nearby the window?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but they don't look like predators. They're, how far away are they?
I want to say about 100 feet.
Okay. I'm certainly not threatened by ancient stones, but I will squawk about them to the group and kind of point in the general direction. But yeah, I want to get a peek in
Okay.
that window, like kind of standing on this bar thing, like the Raven guy was.
Okay.
And yeah, hopefully the other guys are kind of coming with me ish. They're not, way in the distance.
Stack up, boys.
You have vision?
What vision? Yeah. I don't have like dark vision or anything.
I mean, can you see your token at all?
Oh, no. I can just see the
Okay.
one on the left. Okay, yeah.
So can you see now?
But yeah, I can see like the outside of what looks like a windmill from the top down.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Yeah, flap stealth. I have 50-foot fly speed. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to be a sneaky bird. Guess there's only so much you can do with big flapping wings.
All right. Hang on a second. All right. You peer into this window. Hang on. Oh, Tony, why are you acting up?
Oh. I move to the door tile.
Where?
The door tile, just so I can see in there better.
You'll have
Like
to.
there.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So like a bunch of machinery, and who's that? Is it a person?
Hang on. A haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face as wrinkled as a boiled apple sweeps the floor, pushing around a few old bones and stirring up a cloud of white dust with her broom. She wears a blood-stained, flour-caked apron, a long, sharp bodkin, and pales her bundled-up mound of gray hair. The dirt-caked windows allow very little light to enter this 8-foot-high chamber, most of which is taken up by a large millstone connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises to the ceiling in the center of the room. A stone staircase continues up toward the sound of loud cackling.
Is there anything
And
being milled or seeds?
not that you can see, but this
Okay.
appears to be the second floor.
Oh, okay, so this is not the floor that the doorway would lead into. This is one up.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And because you are now directly in front of the window,
Oh.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I would like to squawk and flutter away frantically.
Okay.
Back to my friends to relay like what I saw. Guys. It's a mill. There's a bunch of gears in there, but then there's this old lady. She was sweeping, and she's all bloody, and there's bones. She saw me. She didn't really seem angry, though. She's on the second floor, so maybe, I don't know. I still think it's probably worth checking out. She didn't seem like she was gonna kill me. She just seemed really creepy, like most people in here.
We should be able to handle one old bag and a broom. Come on now.
I don't know. There's a lot of bones and blood, but we'll see.
Bones and blood.
Well, she was
And
sweeping
you want to
bones.
go in there. Those bones comes from bodies, people that were alive once. Do you not understand?
You seem nice enough.
Seems is what you perceive now. When she takes a knife and stabs you in the back, you're gonna seem dead.
She did have blood all over her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Might be a good theory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We should be able to handle her. And we gotta get off this road before night falls. Damned if I'm gonna be caught out on that fucking open highway.
The old woman appears in the doorway of the windmill and looks out over the hillside and spots you and says, "What are you doing out here?
Ah shit! Shit!
Who are you?"
Sorry about that, love. We're just travelers. We're looking for a place to rest our heads. En route
I don't
from
know that
was was it?
you won't find a resting spot here. I can provide you with some food if you want.
But your mill is so lovely. No extra beds in there. We'll sleep on the floor.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Fuck.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know you, and you're not going to just wander in here and sleep.
And I'll whisper to everybody else. What do we think? Is it worth restraining the old world just to get in there?
Does she look like a butcher now? She's more like in the daylight.
She definitely has blood on her her apron, but she's not carrying any blades, as far as you can tell, except for that knife in her hair, the bodkin.
I don't know, guys. I mean, we can't sleep here either way, but she doesn't look like she's trying to murder us, at least right now. But I'm kind of whatever you guys think at this point.
I could interest you in a pastry, perhaps, to see you on your way. You could come inside and sit, perhaps. Just, I don't typically invite strangers to sleep here.
Well, roughly, how far will it be from here to Valaki? It's what, about 5 quarter after now. The sun is starting to sink low in the sky, love. I mean,
What son?
not that you've seen. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean no offense. We just don't want to be caught out on the road at night. How long will it take us to get to Valaki?
She gives you kind of a long look and then says, "Just a moment. I mean, it's about. You should make it there in a couple of hours, perhaps. It will get dark soon, yes, but you should brave. You could perhaps brave the evening."
Mm. In about 3 hours, it's going to get dark. So either we run for it or we stay. Well,
maybe better to walk into the night a few hours than just spend the whole night out here, right? Seems like a
Of
terrible place for sleeping outdoors.
And what of her offer? Are we gonna go in, have a quick bite, and a quick sit before we continue on our travels?
I think we gotta hurry. It'll already be dark by the time we get there.
All right, all right, all right. I got this. I got this. Everybody believes in luck, right? Everybody believes in luck, right? I'm gonna flip a coin, and then I'm gonna call whichever one. Heads, we GTFO, and the other one we stay. Right? Flip this imaginary coin.
Is this some deep Bahamut lore?
No, we're just flipping this coin for luck because
Okay.
neither one of us are gonna come to the end of this conclusion.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do.
What did I say? Heads we stay, tails we go.
As we GTFO, tails we stay.
Okay, heads we GTFO. I flipped heads. I think we should go personally, but I also think we should go. There's no reason to interact with this blood-covered lady who also has a knife in her hair.
Yeah, she doesn't seem too bloodthirsty, but I think I agree.
See, CQ, you gotta think 2 steps ahead, at least. You're not using your brain. Just because she's nice now, doesn't mean she's gonna be nice later.
Perception check, everybody.
Perception. I don't even know where my character sheet is. There it is. Can I roll it? E.
Apothem?
Oh, sorry, I just
Near
realized
the,
I was muted. Sorry.
you're fine. You're fine.
I rolled the button.
There are windows near the top of Old Bone Grinder.
Excuse me? What?
Near the top of Old Bone Grinder, there are there are windows near the top of the windmill. You can see in the diagram. For an instant, just the barest hint of an instant, you can see a child's face, stained, anguished, in the window, before a hand reaches across the pale skin and draws the child back into the darkness.
Okay, let's. Oh fuck! It's the pale child. Heard about that one.
That gives me the warm and fuzzies when people reference my other games.
It's all in the same universe, bro.
I did not see that, right?
No, the only one that saw it is Coop.
I start making the same crow like warning sound that the crow was making a moment ago.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Nothing
there
that
was a child in that window and we gotta go right now. And like I'm just gonna turn around and like begin walking away.
What is with
Okay.
these creepy children?
Okay.
Well, good night, Mom. So talk to you later. Then, yeah, cool. And I'll chase after the bird.
She shakes her head, closes the door, and disappears back inside the windmill. Interesting choice.
I know that was creepy. And then he called it Bone Grinder.
Yeah, he Chez personally called it bone grind. Nobody knew anything about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Kind of
it.
messed up there. Old Bone Grinder is the name of the windmill. You guys actually
Mm,
would have known that from the deed that you found in the house.
oh,
Oh, okay.
I did. I
Way
didn't
way
know
back
that
in
was.
Death House.
Is there a thing you can put on the map that shows the name of it now that we've been there?
Sure.
I don't have that. Who has the deed? I don't have the deed.
Thought you had the deed. I wasn't with you guys when you got the deed.
The ranger had the deed, remember?
Oh,
Fuck, that's right. We stole all of his potions and not the deed.
that would have
Whoops.
made sense.
Should we try to go back and get it?
No, we are not going back to fucking Barovia, back into that fucking house, just to steal the fucking deed off of our dead companion.
It seems kind of fucked.
Onwards to Valaki.
Yeah, double pace.
You're moving at a fast pace.
Yeah, what do you guys? Might be harder to keep a watch out, but might get there before dark.
Double time is fine.
Okay. You begin hustling. You move 3 miles an hour. However, you are at increased risk of random encounters because you are being much less quiet. That's the first roll. Doing that GM stuff.
Hashtag just GM things.
I don't like this.
No, right outside town. We're almost there. It can't be that dangerous.
We're almost there, and the DM decided that we are now moving.
No, he's just doing the long division and carrying the zeros and stuff. It's no problem.
Yeah, he's only pondering our death.
Nah, it's like it's a treasure goblin that we gotta like club with sticks and get loot.
Roll me a perception check, please.
Everyone?
Everybody? Yeah. Okay.
Who the sharp-eyed? Falcon Eye. I've not come up with the last name yet, so that might be pretty close.
Oops. Sorry, I'm.
You're fine. 2. You spot it. You are bringing up maybe the rear of the party, leaning on your staff a little bit. It's quite the hustle, moving this many miles quickly. But you are keeping pace. But it's only because your eye falls on a small bundle nestled among some bushes, alongside some foliage alongside of the road, that you spot it. It's a small pack, a leather bag surrounded by a few raven feathers.
I'm gonna make the signature squawk. Just get the others' attention. I'll point in the woods like there's something in the over there in the bush. It's not a monster. It looks like a bag or something.
Oh, wait, what are you squawking about now?
Come look. Go look in that bush. Look, make sure there's no traps or nothing, but something in the bush. Saw it with my bird eye, with my good eye.
We'd like to carefully approach the bush and investigate it, make sure there's nothing wrong.
Roll me an investigation check. You discover near the pack, hidden under some pine needles, a bear trap that you almost certainly would have triggered had you tried to retrieve the pack without spotting it.
Whoa. Okay.
Nah, it's all right. I've got it, and I'd like to whip out a little tools kit and start to disarm the bear trap.
Sleight of hand check.
Uh,
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
what the fuck? These are my things.
You take 7 piercing damage as the trap closes around your arm.
Like I said to be careful.
I like to scream loudly, fuck, 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 fuck. And shake my arm.
More careful than that.
It's just these fucking Barovian bear traps. This don't make no goddamn sense. Normally they'd have that spring attached to that sprocket, which would be on that gear, and that pin would do that. But that's not how that shit fucking works.
I'm much too fragile a bird trying to mess with any more bear traps.
So the
Well,
trap is bro.
can you pry this fucking one off my arm at least?
Yeah, sure. I'll help you out. Get some claws in there. Pry it open.
Give me a strength check.
Oh, I'm not very strong, but I'm using my strong claw.
Fuck! You wrench the trap open, freeing Burndon.
Good old strong claw never lets me down.
You rolled a fucking 18. Holy shit.
Oh, thank you.
You
Now,
have a 1 in strength just like me.
That's great.
I've got rags in my bag. Just dress me really quick and let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, the bag. Go get back in there. You
Yeah,
probably
we
got all
gotta
the
get
traps
the
now.
bag.
Just go be more careful than that. Get the bag first, and then you can try to play with the traps.
All right. So I reapproached the bag and tried to pluck it from the ground.
The bag doesn't have any further interference. You pick it up. It's a light bag. There doesn't appear to be any further traps or anything associated with it.
So I bring it back to the group and I start to untie the top. Is it just tied up in a bundle?
Yep. You untie the bag. It sort of falls open. Inside are there are two sort of main items. One is a bundle of clothing that appear to be sized for a human adult. They're unisex. It's sort of a blouse and some hempen trousers, and a pair of boots. The other item in there is a small raven feather attached to a gold coin. Someone has poked a hole in the coin and, by way of a small copper wire, attached a feather to it, like sort of a token.
Is there any, besides them being unisex, is there any other descriptor for the set of clothes? Are they like commoner level,
They're
royalty
commoner
level?
level.
I would like the doodad. My keen bird eye is all over that.
Yeah, take a look at this bird, man. And I'll hand over the gold coin with the raven feather through it.
I will put this in my inventory. Can I check it out? Is it magical?
It doesn't appear to be magical.
Oh my god.
Oh, is there anything on the coin specifically?
No. It bears the image of Strahd.
Best. Regardless, I will take this doodad for collection. So that was strange. Why was that trapped? Maybe this doodad means something we don't know yet.
I want to look around the trap to see if I find any other evidence of footprints or dead bodies or anything else. Can I roll perception?
Roll me an investigation check. You find one other clue. There are some tracks carved into the mud next to the bag, already being filled in by the rain. Um, the It looks like claws. Too big to be a small bird, but definitely talons of some sort.
I motion for Ku and I point at the tracks. I'm like, do you recognize these tracks?
I'm not a very, I don't know, not a very good bird tracker. Yes, what would I have to roll for here for trying to recall?
Survival or nature. Survival or nature.
Luckily, I'm bad at both, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen very many bird claws on the ground. It's kind of a hard thing to ID birds by because they're usually flying.
Yeah, this you don't recognize exactly what kind of bird would have made this. It would be very difficult to figure that out. But it was definitely a bird of some kind. The talon marks are spread in a way that resembles a bird foot.
No.
Am I able to follow the footprints? And which way do they lead?
They moved south about 4 steps and then disappeared.
Hmm.
It's almost like he hid it here and protected it till he returned.
Or he landed and took 4 steps and set the trap and flew away.
I think you should think about why he did it.
Yeah, it's a weird trap.
It was pointless, right? So there's this bear trap with this backpack that has nothing in it. Either he did it for pure joy or some insanity.
I
I don't get it.
don't necessarily think that it might have been nothing in it. I don't believe her. Don't get me wrong, Madam Eva, but Raven's
Fuck that
feather,
bitch.
but the Raven's feather, and when we found it, wasn't it surrounded by several Raven's feathers?
I don't know. She
Yeah, I
blew
think you
smoke up
mentioned
her ass and she didn't escape us, so
One of our cards did mention a nest of ravens. Ravens must have some significant. Well, forgive me. Ravens, in Madame Eva's logic, would have some significance in this situation.
Yeah, it is like a odd token with a raven feather, though. That is a good point. Keep your eye out for more raven feathers.
Oh, look, me fucking arm hurts. Let's get to fucking town.
Yeah, let's get that bitch patched up and find somewhere to rest.
Yeah, I've been walking all day.
You don't have to.
Out and back and out and back.
Hmm?
But yeah, I mean, I could fly, sure, but I hate it in this rain. My feathers get all wet. It's terrible. I'll be drying my feathers all night.
I assumed you couldn't fly since the training.
It's always raining in Barovia. It's like the opposite of Philadelphia. Did I get that right? It's always sunny in...
Philadelphia, yep.
Okay.
That joke made sense. It's just nobody thought it was funny.
Well, fuck you then.
Jeez. So brutal.
It is. He got it right. It's just nobody laughed.
Nobody thinks I'm funny.
I didn't say that. I just said that joke sucked.
But Pat, only the most extreme response possible is the right one.
Mm-hmm.
You continue down the road. You are back in Valaki. And we'll go ahead and stop here so we don't proceed too much further without Jay.
Okay.
GG's.
You got those notes on that card reading, Bear?
I did, yeah. Ooh, I'm excited. Like I read enough to know what this is, and I'm excited. I mean, I don't know what any of the specific things are though.
You're fine. I trust you guys not to metagame. I think it's more interesting for you not to know like exactly why each item is important, but I don't. It doesn't bother me if you know what they are or
Can I
what the reading's for.
explain the deck? At least kind of that mechanic?
Sure.
Yeah, so the Taroka deck, they made physical ones you can buy. That's super cool. It's like $20 D&D stuff. But the way it works, from what I understood, is that the whole place is just a big sandbox. There's kind of all different places and all different stuff. And the sandbox of this module is that card reading. So based on that card reading, different things are seated in different places on the world map. And every time you play, it's kind of always different.
Oh, that what makes it different.
Yeah, so that was the reading that we got, and particularly some things can be crazy or not crazy or very difficult or very easy, and kind of, I don't really know what we got, but interesting. That's the cool Strahd module, like, quirk, I would say. So yeah, I was hyped for that card drawing.
I didn't metagame. I thought about my character and how it would react to the windmill, but fuck that windmill.
I was seriously expecting that deck of cards to be the deck of many things, and I don't know if any of you actually know what that is.
Yeah,
we do.
Okay.
I knew what the deck was, so I just didn't count.
Okay.
I was like that.
Yeah, no, you don't get that at level 4. That's how you derail a whole campaign. It's not a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was kind of expecting. Well, Strahd's basically over, and this module kind of sucks. So, deck of many things. I don't know why. I just
Don't work like that,
No,
Alex.
not quite. We gotta kill Strahd first. Maybe he's got a deck of many things in his like nightstand that he like plays with when he's bored.
How do I feel like fucking myself today?
Yeah, he's
this'll
just a
work.
mortal dude, and so every day he's like, let's see, and he draws a card, and like lightning strikes him, and he like wakes up the next day in a fresh body or something.
Oh man, the tower. Oh, I missed that place. I guess I'll hang out there for a millennia or two.
Yeah, he's got
He
castles all
draws
over the land because he's been
He
drawing
draw-
the castle card.
He draws the tower, and then a bunch of bombs show up.
Yeah, oh jeez.
It's funny because a lot of them totally like end your character, but he's this
Yeah.
super demigod dude, and so it's just hilarious to imagine that that's just what he's fucking with the whole time, like a recreational drug almost.
Ah, yeah,
Can
give me
I,
another one, Fates. Mm.
Do y'all think you're going to be wanting to come back to that windmill at any point?
I don't know, maybe.
Should I?
My character's not going to want to come back to it.
Just
Place.
I think you made the right decision. I'll say that.
Well, the bird squawking was super ominous. Like